There are 3 books that I would tell everybody to read.
I can't read.
Ooh. Now I want to know if I've read all 3 of them.
You have, because I told you to read all 3 of them.
Okay.
I have not. I haven't read a book.
Do you know what they
since,
are?
Grade school.
If you look around the room, you can figure out what they are.
Oh, well, this is one of them.
The 3 greatest.
One of them's right there.
No More Christian
I've not
Nice
read this
Guy.
one. What's this?
No More Christian Nice Guy. Why Men Hate. No More Christian Nice Guy. Why Men Hate Going to Church. And Pagan Christianity.
This is the very first book you gave me. Oh, Why Men Hate Going to Church.
Yeah.
I think this was next. Yeah.
And this is that book right there. You want to tick people off at your church. You want to get ticked off. Read that book because it'll make you mad when you read it.
And we're going to use that book kind of opposite for this episode, tell it from the other side. But this is supporting how traditions and things have held up through the church that really shouldn't be there.
Right, and we're not big on traditions. At our Super Duper Mega Church, we have just kind of said, if it's not biblical, then it's up to our interpretation of how we want to do it. So we don't do altar calls.
Not very often.
No.
Although more lately.
A lot more. Yeah, well, we do it when the Spirit leads.
Yeah, and when we suspect that there's lost people in the crowd, that's a big change too.
Absolutely, and we want to let people hear the gospel and give them the opportunity to respond. But it's not a big deal if they don't respond. We don't.
No, because it's not us that leads them.
We don't lead them.
We don't lead.
That's another sacred cow.
Sorry.
Well, I don't know. People just think that people are just like the God's gift to.
They take a lot of credit. Credit is not due.
They're just a little below Jesus as far as God's greatest gift. And that person
tick marks on their wrist every time they get one.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. We tell people that person wouldn't have come to Jesus if it hadn't been for you. And it's like, oh yes, they would have.
They're tools being used.
God could have used somebody else.
Yeah.
But the truth is,
he did choose to use you, but he could have used somebody else.
Yes. Well, but if you're gonna take that stance and say, well, I'm here because this person's a Christian because of me, then there are probably people who are not Christians because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is that something that you want?
I mean, I can reach in my toolbox and I can grab the Snap-on 7/16, or I can grab the Craftsman. They're probably going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
There's 2 different tools that do the same thing.
Yep.
You could be a tool used to help lead somebody to the Lord, and
lead them away.
Be a guy across the street.
To tie it into the other show, they could be outside the church because you're so hypocritical inside the church they never show up.
Yeah. So we're kind of like, it's a God thing. We just leave it up to God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let Him take care of it. But I don't know how we got on the pagan Christianity thing. I guess because we were just talking about how I am personally sick and tired of non-Christians telling us how to do Christianity.
Yep. They seem to know it better than us.
All because they've all read the Bible. Just ask them, they'll tell you.
That's true.
I grew up in church, and I read the Bible, and I know, and I was like, dude, I know a bunch of people who read the Bible who don't know nothing about it. Because they don't understand context, they have no knowledge, they have no wisdom. They don't get the big picture of what's happening here. And it just seems like, and we were talking about with the hypocrites, they think we're hypocritical because of their understanding of what Christianity is. They're ignorant, uninformed understanding of what Christianity is, and then they tell us how we're supposed to do church. But there's no other organization out there where people on the outside. I don't tell the Rotarians how they ought to do their club, and I don't gripe about what they're doing because that's their. And granted, I have to throw this in there because there's dumb people out there, but you have to throw it in. Church is not a club, but at the same time, people join the church, and there's expectations of what you're supposed to be doing there. And I just love it when people outside the church are like, you need to be doing it this way, you need to be doing it that way.
It's like I would never walk into Mike's work area and say, you need to be turning this wrench like that. I'm normally calling Mike going, what wrench do I need? See, because I know he knows how to do what he knows how to do, and I would never go in there and tell him how to do it.
I would never walk in your workplace and go, you know what?
That line you're drawing there is crooked. It should be over here 5 foot.
I have a computer at home.
Yeah.
I
know exactly what you're doing.
Because I can do that.
Yeah. And I used to draw on an Etch-a-Sketch.
That's right.
Can you shake your computer screen and go away? That'd be cool.
And I'm going to tell you all you guys in here doing CAD CAM and all that stuff and drafting on the computer, I'm going to tell all you guys how to do your job. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is when people start telling us, lost people start telling us how to do church.
Yep.
It's like, shut up. Because you don't have a clue.
Because they've been around and wronged just so much that they've learned what not to do, haven't they?
I tell you what, I don't get it. And there's a girl when I was younger broke up with me.
I find that hard to believe.
I know. Believe it or not. Several
Wow.
actually broke up with me. I didn't become gay.
Well, we're all questioning that. Too,
I know.
But continue.
But all these snowflakes are like, the church hurt me. They take the little teddy bear out. Where did the church hurt you?
That's a good point, because people were like, "Oh, the church hurt me, so I'm just going to stop going to church."
Well, and there are probably churches that hurt people. It just means you're at the wrong one. I mean, find a better one.
Or you
but how did they hurt you?
did something stupid.
I mean, did they tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Are you out like banging 9-year-olds and they're like, that's wrong?
Yeah.
You know? I'm not going back. They hurt me. You know? But that's what they do. It's like they're doing something wrong and the church says you're doing something wrong. It's like the church hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
No. They just told you you're an idiot and they told you to quit doing what you're doing. They're going to call the cops on you. So I went to a restaurant one time, had a bad meal. I didn't quit eating.
You probably went back to that restaurant still.
Yeah.
I probably went back to that bad place where I had a bad meal.
Yeah.
One thing happens at church.
The color of the carpet.
The color of the
They
carpet.
got in a fight over
somebody
the color
looked
of
at
the
me the
carpet.
wrong way.
Yeah.
Or somebody didn't say hi.
They hugged me the wrong way. I think that's the greatest of all time, and that was a real thing.
We had a guy in this church who said somebody hugged him the wrong way.
Yep. He didn't feel the love from the hug.
I guess because we always do. We
kind of like do a side
We tell everybody
hug.
to do the side hug because you don't want you like breast to breast.
Yeah, you don't go up to a woman and just
Guys,
give her a
don't
big
ever do
bear
that.
hug. That's
Don't
just weird.
hug a
Side
girl.
hug the women.
Yeah, you side hug women.
Don't do that. I did your wife that like that the other day because I felt she needed it because she'd been sick, stuff like that. So I did.
That's what I do. She was sick.
I don't know
Just
why I
as
just
close
brought
as I
that up. It's a very
possibly
uncomfortable
could.
moment there.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were
I
going.
did
with
your
that.
wife like
grabbed
that.
your wife.
I know. This is not a Mormon
Okay.
church. We're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of that.
I
None of
felt
that's
up your
going on.
wife
swinging
the other
here.
day in church.
It's getting weird, uncomfortable.
You always do you do the side hug, especially with young girls.
Yeah.
You always do the
a
side
teen
hug.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I probably wouldn't even hug a teen girl.
Yeah.
Probably not even from the side.
No.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, like I said, I know when we were in youth group, that was you just kind of, hey, know.
But I've been hurt in church.
Yeah.
I'm a pastor.
Oh gosh, you've been hurt like 10 times in the last week. So
Absolutely. I've had people stab me in the back and laugh about it.
yeah.
So but being hurt never stopped me from like doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a Christian.
No,
and it never
because-
stopped me from going to church.
No.
I never got up and that's it. I'm not going to church anymore. Well, you're the pastor. You have to. It's like and I'm not going anymore.
You don't get that option. Yeah.
Have I gotten discouraged and burned out? Absolutely. 100%. There are days I've struggled to get up in the pulpit. Yeah, because the church was griping about stuff among themselves or
weren't getting it.
we had a big church split, many years ago, led by somebody who will never say his name.
Well, that happens to be the person that was hugged wrong.
Yeah, so okay, that
So
gives you an
there you go.
indication.
Yeah.
He was hugged wrong or did the hugging wrong?
No, he was hugged wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess he'd like you kind of hug and need to grab a little bit.
Yeah, he wanted a little bit of butt grab.
Yeah,
there.
a little
Nobody's
butt grab back
grabbing
there.
him. He didn't like
He
it.
wasn't getting that at the church. And there were times when it was a real struggle to get in the pulpit because of what was going on at that particular time. But I never stopped. I never said I was going to stop going to church.
No.
And I think that's a lame excuse to say that somebody hurt you. And I don't know. I part of Christianity, the reason why we can't ever get anything done is because we're having to deal with all this stuff all the time, of just this dumb crap all the time.
Petty things.
I get it. Somebody hurt you at church. That's fine. Somebody hurt you somewhere else.
I mean, I go to work all the time, and my feelings get hurt at work every day.
Yeah,
and
they walk by
I
you,
keep
grab your
going.
nipples. I mean, you get hurt all the
My
time.
nipples are chafed every day after work, and I go back.
I don't get it. But I guess just because it's never been a concept to me. It's never been a thought to me that I'm going to leave the church that Jesus Christ died for because somebody upset me within the church. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just
How
like
did we get on this? We were actually on a different subject. But
Yeah, we were. I was trying to bring us back.
I don't
there.
even remember what the original subject was.
well, we were originally talking about we're tired of pagans telling us how to do church.
Yeah, and
now you're-
it's because the pagan, since we're using that word now, has a sort of perception of what the church should be.
Yep.
Right? So they tell you that. It's just like when the whole sickness hit us 3 years ago. And they were pushing masks everywhere. I was somewhere without a mask on, and I had a shirt on that said, "I'm a pastor. Don't look so surprised." That's what the shirt says.
Right.
And they said, well, if you're a pastor, shouldn't you be wearing a mask? Shouldn't you be caring for others? And it's just like,
That's a good example.
I do care for others. I don't spread fear.
Yeah.
But they were sitting there telling me how I should be based on their interpretation of what a pastor is.
You should have slapped a dog snot out of him.
That'd been awesome.
Well, I was in the doctor's office. So.
Well, that's true.
That's a good place for him if he gets the crap slapped out of him.
Yeah, it told me I wasn't loving enough because I didn't have a mask on. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a whole list. You know, we keep referencing all these shows that we're going to do. We have a whole list of shows stacked up. We're going to do this thing about how they hate us anyway. We might as well just embrace it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
And stop trying to. They're going to hate you. It's just like they are 100% always going to hate.
Pretty sure
you.
Somebody told us that.
Hey, you think so?
Yeah.
Wow, I think I've read that somewhere.
I think I read it. Yeah.
Somebody prominent.
Yeah. They're always going to hate you.
Might as well just
embrace it. Come on, baby.
give it a hug
Hate me
with
more.
the butt squeeze.
Use it.
Feed
Butt
off your
squeeze
hate.
hug with that one.
Yeah, I become stronger off of it. So stop telling us how to do church. I mean, we're tired of it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it how we want.
Well, it's just like with a woman. A woman says, I can't talk about abortion because I'm a man.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. But okay.
Because you have no right over her body.
It takes two to tango.
I can't even discuss abortion because I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of like, okay, let's go with that. You can't talk about church because you're not a Christian.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh,
How dare you?
the church hurt me. He just hurt me. You know, I'm never going back to church because he hurt me.
Stop. Don't touch me.
No.
This is
My no square.
Oh, my. That's when I should have hit the outro right there.
Oh, his wife says that. She's so hilarious when she does it. All right. But, okay, we can end on that note.
Yeah. No square. Just remember
No
that.
square. If you're going to learn anything from this episode,
Don't touch a church and it's no square.
And when you give hugs at
don't
church,
touch
apparently you're
snowflakes
supposed
in the church and they're no
yeah.
square.
And if
apparently.
you give hugs at church, you're apparently supposed to squeeze the butt.
Yeah, if you don't do it, you're not hugging right.
Yeah.